Bro, the world is a trippy place. Check this out. Kellogg's, John Harvey Kellogg's. Why were cornflakes created? He invented cornflakes in 1878 in the hope that plain food would stop people masturbating. Mr. Kellogg, the man who created cornflakes, produced the cereal in the late 19th century and marketed it as a healthy, ready-to-eat, anti-masturbatory morning meal. The world just ain't safe anymore. That cereal that is sitting on millions and millions of people's shelves around the world was created by a proud and known eugenicist, one of the leaders in the eugenics movement, and he was obsessed with sexuality. Even though he completely advocated anything to do with that was sinful behavior, and his goal was essentially to create a society and create a world that was dull in these emotions. And that's one of the primary goals of the cornflakes that he created, which were called wheat flakes. And it was given to his people that joined his health school, which I'm going to show you next, as a morning meal, as a breakfast, to dull them down and not overexcite them, and basically to prevent them from any sexual feelings, essentially. And this is him sitting with Bernard Shaw, another leader of the eugenics movement, and he has videos of talking about what eugenics really is about, and it's interesting stuff, to say the least. And so John Harvey Kellogg's basically created the first national conference on the race betterment, and it was something called Battle Creek, which was his environment and world in which he got people to go in and become healthy. And essentially it was a race betterment regime that he created. So eugenics is a set of beliefs and practices aimed at improving the genetic quality of the human population by excluding groups judged to be inferior, and those were people who were poor, African Americans, and its proponents claimed the impartiality of science, but in practice they found inferiority mostly among poor people and minorities, and even more particularly among those seen as having failed to know their place, people who were simply confused about their upbringing, about the world that they live in. They were inferior. They had nothing to. They were feeble-mindedness, as the eugenics claimed, and they had nothing to provide to society. So they were sterilized, essentially, and the goal was to sterilize them and to not produce, and that's going to bring out the master race. That was the goal of the eugenics. So next time you see somebody eating a bowl of Kellogg's cornflakes, show them this video and see their reaction. Are they going to put the spoon down, or are they going to keep gobbling it up? All right, I'm going to leave you with this video of George Bernard Shaw, the proud eugenicist, talking about the eugenics movement, and this is completely eye-opening. Watch till the end.
I object to all punishment whatsoever. I don't want to punish anybody. But there are an extraordinary number of people whom I want to kill, not in any unkind or personal spirit. But it must be evident to all of you, you must all know half a dozen people at least, who are no use in this world, who are more trouble than they are worth. And I think it would be a good thing to make everybody come before a properly appointed board, just as he might come before the income tax commissioners, and say every 5 years or every 7 years, just put him there and say, "Sir," or "Madam, now will you be kind enough to justify your existence?" If you can't justify your existence, if you're not pulling your weight in the social vote, if you're not producing as much as you consume, or perhaps a little more, then clearly we cannot use the big organization of our society for the purpose of keeping you alive, because your life does not benefit us and it can't be of very much use to you.